Hello, London! So happy to be with you today for the 6th edition of CX Circle. It's so great to see so many familiar faces and brands. And if it's your first time at CX Circle, I'm so excited to meet you. Today, we will speak about the future of customer experience. We will explore the role of AI agent. And we will see how AI is transforming customer understanding to help you move faster from data to action. We will also share with you some big news. But before we do that, I would like to take a moment to thank you all. To our amazing customers, thank you for your trust, your feedback, your ambition. We are nothing without you. To our incredible partners, thanks for your collaboration. You are very strategic to us. And thank you, of course, to the C-Squad. Your innovation, your creativity, all the work you do every day building for the future. Speaking of future, I've always been obsessed about the future. I love to make predictions. And sometimes they even come true. Like this one. Do you know what this slide is? This slide came from an investor deck from our first fundraising in 2016. It's not the most beautiful slide, but it captures a bold ideas we had back in 2016, going from a software as a service model to site as a service. An early vision of automation and intelligence working together to create personalized experience at scale. One user, one experience, a different digital experience for every user at every moment in real time is what we call segment of one. Every step of the journey, every piece of content, every moment is personalized across web, mobile, and social. That sounds exciting on paper, but the reality, it's so hard. For many brands, the segment of one is still far away. In fact, we just did a survey of 1,000 product managers, e-commerce leaders, CX leaders, and we found that today, 24% of teams have what we call data paralysis. There is so much data, so many tools, that they don't even know where to begin. And they use a lot of time just digging for insight. 37% of teams spend half of their work time finding data and validating them. All of this hesitation, wasted time, is frustrating customers. According to Digital Experience Benchmark, 40% of online experiences are frustrating. Every single person we surveyed agreed this is costing them a lot of money. In fact, 50% think it's costing them millions of dollars annually. So a lot of money is left on the table. And on top of your internal challenges, you need to manage outside uncertainty, like the recent US tariff announcement. We analyzed 3 billion sessions worldwide to understand the impact on traffic and transaction across a range of industries. And we found some interesting trends. For example, global digital traffic went up almost 12% the day after tariffs were announced. And then another 5% spike the next day after the 50% tariff on China. And then back to normal when 90-day pause was announced. And if you look at the country breakdown, the week after the announcement is different from one country to another. In the US, the week following the announcement, traffic went up 3%. In the UK, it went up 2% on mobile. And we also saw increase in volume of transaction across many sectors, like consumer electronic up 7%, home goods up 8%, outdoor sporting goods up 7%. People buy to anticipate potential price increase. If you want to see the full analysis, QR code, you understand you need to adapt your experience to your behavior and your user, and you need to adapt your strategy quickly. But let's be honest, it's still super complex. A ton of data to analyze. Web, mobile, physical store, social media, and soon agent. It's a real spider web. At Contentsquare, we want to make it easy for you. We want to be the intelligence behind the world's most intuitive experiences. Because intelligence is not just following commands, it's thinking ahead, adapting to the context, solving problems, making decisions on your behalf. And in order to build intelligence, you need a lot of data. Well, we collect the data at CSQ. We capture every customer interaction, every device, and we can tell so much about why customers are having a great or bad experience online. Content, revenue, journey, error, loading time, merchandising, feedback, loyalty, competition. We do understand what makes a difference. We know which feature makes each person happy, what makes them click, what content helps them tap and check out. A lot of data in one platform. Quantitative, qualitative insight in one place so you can understand every step of the journey, from acquisition to conversion, from NPS to lifetime value, a platform that is easy to use by everyone. Easy because we introduce no tagging plan, zoning with one-click analytics, and user replay. We made data visual directly on your website, on your mobile app, so we allow to see your customer at an aggregated level and at an individual level. We also gave you access to a lot of business metrics, revenue, card value, comparison against industry benchmark, frustration, so you can understand in one dashboard how you are performing. We simplified things. It was great at the time, but it's not enough. Time have changed. The market is changing fast. Customer expectations are bigger, and the stakes are higher. It's time to disrupt analytics one more time. One more time. I would like to introduce you today to our new AI, Sense. Woo! So what is Sense AI? Sense is an autonomous AI agent designed to plan, analyze, and act on your behalf. It combines the power of Gen AI with Contentsquare unique web and mobile app behavioral data. It can plan, run complex analysis, workflow, customize insights to your business goal, deliver proactive recommendation for content design and conversion. With Sense, we are moving from one-click analytics to no-click intelligence. In a couple of minutes, our team will show you with concrete use case how Sense can help you get answers, act faster, optimize smarter, and drive impact. Because automation and intelligence is the most powerful combination. It's the future of experience and the future of analytics. And AI, it's part of this transformation. So we started off with the AI assistance phase, where AI was able to guide us, advise us, but not taking action. And we move to the AI agent phase, where insights are more proactive, will be predictive, where the AI agent can complete tasks for you. That's where we are today. More and more businesses will use agents to improve customer journey. From support to marketing product, agents are already starting to run key workflows. For brands, this means rethinking CX. Your next customer might not be on a web page. It might also be, or it might also start with your own agent. That could be the next touch point. Brands will build their own agent to manage customer relationship, including personalization and real-time problem solving. 50% of companies will launch agentic AI pilots by 2027. You need to be prepared for this new world. There will be also software agents across your tech stack. They will become real-time decision-making systems that don't just provide insights, but take action for you. And according to Gartner, by 2028, 33% of software will include agentic AI. Personally, I think it will be much higher because customers will expect this level of automation sooner. How many of you would like to have a personal AI agent to help you manage your life, your schedule, your finance, your shopping, your health? Well, for Gen Z, this number is 70%. They are not just open to AI agents, they expect them. So it's coming faster. And your user will interact more with your brand agent, so you need to understand interaction between the agent and the website, as well measuring the performance of interface, content, video in the future. In the near future, you will need also to measure the performance of agent. And because agent will be powering most experiences, they will need to talk with each other across marketing, support, commerce. Customer journey will become a dialogue between intelligent systems. So as a brand, you need to be prepared for seamless, real-time agent-to-agent collaboration. And in this world, every interaction, every moment becomes training data for your agent. Your data need to be ready to fuel agent. So it will be critical to understand this new 360 customer journey, including agent. This could be the world in 18 to 36 months. And it starts today with getting customer journey right, giving customers the experience they love, they seek, they deserve. Don't ask me why, but customer experience feels like flying a plane. Could be a butterfly. So the question is, what do you need to keep your passenger happy? You need a super strong autopilot mode. You need a flight pass. And you need a lot of fuel to keep us in the air. Are you ready to discover today the future of analytics? Are you ready to take off? Over to you, Captain Vijay, who will show you what it means to put insight on autopilot with Sense AI.
Hello, everybody. It's nice to be here today in London. So sometimes using an analytics tool can feel like getting into the cockpit of a commercial airliner. There's so many controls, so many buttons and switches. It feels so intimidating. It feels like it's going to take thousands of hours of training and certification to be able to operate it confidently. But it doesn't have to be that way. Now look, I can tell you about how amazing our AI is, or I could just let one of our customers share their experience. This is a quote from Andy at Lightspeed Commerce. And you can already see the value here in time savings. What used to take him days, he can now achieve in minutes. So now let's take a look at Sense in action to see what Andy means. So let's say that I'm a retail product manager, and my goal is to improve conversion, but I don't really know where to start. I can just ask Sense, where do people drop off before purchasing? And Sense then goes to work and takes action for me. So in this case, thank you, it's figuring out what kind of analysis, and it's telling me that I need to go use a funnel analysis. But it's going to do more than just take me to funnels. It's going to choose all of the specific steps for me. And it's going to do even more than that. It's going to make sense of the resulting data. And it's going to show me that there's specific drop-off happening here that I need to pay attention to. Now, you might be wondering, what about the next action, right? The next action that I should take? Well, I just asked, right? What do I do next? And Sense is able to take the context of the conversation we've been having so far and the resulting data and the analysis we've done, and now it's recommending a next step to me. So it's saying I should go and investigate specifically the drop-off from his checkout page, and that specifically we should use session replay to do that analysis. So now, once again, Sense is taking control of Contentsquare, and it's going to navigate me over to session replay. But it's not just taking me to a list of all of my sessions. You'll notice here that it's actually going and filtering for specifically the sessions where people are dropping off from the checkout page. And that configuration might have been a little challenging for me to figure out on my own. We're now also using AI to summarize multiple sessions at once. And in just a few seconds, it's showing me highlights of user behavior and key friction points that I can use to jump off and start watching relevant moments of those session replays. And so now, I have a pretty clear idea of where I can investigate. But it doesn't stop at session replay. You know, money talks, and Sense can help me really easily quantify the impact of this checkout abandonment. So there it is, right? From not sure where to start, I was able to explore the customer journey with quantitative and qualitative data, find specific real opportunities, and get to clear quantified revenue impact.
It's sensational, Vijay.
It's sensational. Oh, I love that. So here are some of the other things that our customers are saying in their feedback about Sense. A common theme here, again, is improved efficiency and saved time that would have been spent waiting or manually digging through data or struggling to learn how to dig through that data. So I'm excited to also share that Sense for product analytics has now answered over 90,000 customer questions. And it's also been adopted by over half of our customers. We've also observed an increase in weekly usage within accounts that use Sense and product analytics versus before they adopted it. So it's actually measurably driving democratization of data within organizations. Now, our session replay summaries that you just saw in that demo, they've only been live for 8 weeks, but we've already seen great adoption with over 10,000 summaries that have been generated. And in aggregate, these are saving our customers over 200 hours per week in time that they would have spent watching all of those session replays manually. And much of this time savings comes from our unique ability to summarize multiple sessions at once. In fact, 60% of our summaries that are generated come from summarizing multiple sessions at a time. So we think this is a killer feature, and it's already helping our customers build empathy at scale. I'm also really excited to share that Sense works for both web applications and native mobile apps. So that means that you can get single session and multi-session summaries for native mobile, and you can also use that easy chat interface I just showed you to ask common analytics questions about your mobile app behavior. So session replay summaries and chat with Sense join a wide array of existing AI capabilities like alerting, sentiment tagging, survey creation, and survey summarization. Now, Chat with Sense is going to be rolling out over the next several weeks, but I am excited to share that if you are watching this keynote in this room or live virtually, you can access Chat with Sense right now.
It's so exciting. Thank you, Vijay. I love this genius bar. But we want more. We have autopilot. Now we need a map to go to the next level. Over to you, Jane.
Thank you, John. Thank you. Yes, Vijay's autopilot has helped him take off. He's flying safely, but he doesn't know where he's going. He doesn't have a map. The air stewards are panicking. The passengers are rioting. It's worse than a late-night flight from Glasgow to Magaluf. And I think you can see where I'm going with this analogy. Yes, this is what it's like being a digital builder today. Product and marketing have different views of the customer. Data and design aren't talking to each other, and the tech team isn't talking to anyone. So we're fixing this by giving every team one single source of truth, and we're mapping the experience incredibly easy. And I've got 5 minutes to tell you about some incredible updates we've been making to the core experience. So fasten your seatbelts. Here we go. So one of the key strengths of Contentsquare is that we make data visual and easy to understand for everyone. And with our zoning tool, you don't need to be a data scientist to understand exactly what is happening on your page. And now we've made it even better. We've got heat maps, click maps, scroll maps, move maps. You can compare segments across sessions. And I love this. You can see conversion per click. And this is unique to Contentsquare. So imagine you can see that there's a component at the bottom of the page. It's converting really, really well, but hardly anyone's seeing it. Now you know you need to move it higher. And this makes it so easy to optimize pages and journeys with data rather than opinion. And you can take this rich visualization and overlay it directly over your site from a Chrome browser. This is CS Live, our #1 feature. Customers love it, and it's so easy to set up and use, and it's an incredible way to get the team aligned. And we've made it even better. Now you can look at your page and watch what's happening minute by minute. And this allows you to monitor and react to time-sensitive campaigns and situations like Black Friday. It's quite hypnotic. But a map isn't complete if you don't know where you're starting from. And that's why we're expanding our user journey analysis to include acquisition, user views, and full lifetime metrics. And this means you can measure retention, loyalty, and the impact of experience over time. So let's take a look. This is our new acquisition analysis view. Now you can understand the performance of your marketing channel, the UTM source, and the on-site behavior that it's driving. So you have this full end-to-end understanding, and it's super easy to set up. It's straight out of the box, and I think that's incredible. And you know what else I think is incredible? There's at least 3,273 people still using Twitter. And this is another view of these complex journeys over time. And in this simple case, I asked Sense to show new versus returning users. And that means we can understand how many times people come back before they transact. And we've also added the ability to track user views for every session across time. And this is really great for creating segments of users so you can analyze behavior. And then you can take these segments, or our pre-built segments, connect them with your marketing tools, and use them to power all sorts of campaigns. And it's also really awesome for support teams, which I think are the unsung heroes of delivering amazing customer experiences. So now they can drill into an individual user session, they can replay that session, and they can see exactly what happened and how to fix it. But you know what's even better than a great support team is your users not seeing a problem in the first place. So you heard John mention that 40% of customers are frustrated with their sessions. You know, this just isn't good enough. And our benchmark report shows that the top 2 reasons for frustrations are tech issues and page speed. But this isn't a tech problem. It's an everyone problem. It's an everyone on the team problem. And I know that tech analysis tools can be quite intimidating and frustrating to use. So we've been working hard to make our experience monitoring super, super easy to use. And it's super easy to identify frustration, friction, what's causing it, and how much money this could be costing you. And then when you attach revenue to an issue, it makes it so much easier to get it fixed. And we think this is so important, we're now making it available to everyone as a free trial. And we know that AI is changing support. It's changing everything, isn't it? And we know that you're going to be implementing lots of AI on your site, from the AI support chatbots to avatars to who knows what. But if you do it, you need to know if it's worth it. So is your AI that you're implementing working? Is it helping your users? Is it helping them convert? We will be your source of truth to analyze these experiences and give you the answer. And user journeys today are so complex. I mean, think about the big tickets items that you're buying, like a holiday or a flight or a car. You don't just go somewhere once and buy. And you have to take your time, you have to think, you have to compare, you have to show your husband, you have to go from website to apps and back again. So you need this full picture to really understand the end-to-end customer journey. And that's why we've radically advanced our mobile app offering. So you can now easily understand users, behaviors, frictions for both website and mobile. As we heard, Sense is available for mobile too. And we're adding additional support for auto capture frameworks like Jetpack and Flutter. There's some more flight metaphors going on there. So mobile was hard, now it's easy. And you know, I'm here to tell you all about these great things we're releasing, but I'm also here to meet you, our customers. Please come and find me in the product pavilion if you have any idea about what you'd like to see next, or even if you just fancy a little glass of something. And the reason that I love talking to customers is that if you don't, you aren't getting the full story. You're getting the qual without the quant, the what without the why. And that's why we have tools for you to get the voice of the customer, surveys, or user research right in the platform. And I know one of the reasons that people are maybe a little bit reluctant to do like detailed user research is the heavy lifting afterwards, the effort that it takes to analyze all this information. And that's why we have Sense there. Sense gives you summaries of the research, it does sentiment analysis, and it gives you a prioritized list of what to follow up on. It's incredible. And that's just scratching the surface. We're accelerating our vision to bring you one source of truth for everyone that cares about the customer experience, powered by AI, on one easy-to-use and beautifully visual platform. And don't forget to come and see me. If you've got any questions, any feedback, I look forward to talking to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jane. So we have an autopilot mode. We have a clear map. And then to fly well, you need more fuel. It makes sense. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hold Andrew, the fuel man. Woo!
Thank you, John. Fuel man, the superhero we didn't know we needed. Morning, everybody. Right, it's pretty difficult to fly without any fuel. And in our world, data is our fuel. I appreciate that data itself is not the sexiest subject, but you can't find good insights and take meaningful action if you don't have all the data types you need to get the context. And you need that data joined in one place, you need it to be trustworthy, and you need it in a usable format. If you don't achieve that, it's a bit like putting unleaded fuel in a jet. You're going nowhere and everybody else is taking off. But as we all know, creating delightful experiences that reach for the skies is becoming increasingly complex. You've got siloed teams, fragmented data, and disconnected tools. These all create broken journeys. On the data side, you have so many sources of data. You have your on-site or in-app data with behaviors, performance, errors, feedback, chat interactions, A/B test information, personalization data, many, many more types. You have your off-site data, be that financial data, call center data, stock data. The list of data sources goes on and on. Now, this is not a new problem, and we know the vast majority of you have been working on this for a while, with data warehouses being a central solution to the problem. But these projects are long and they're complex, and you've told us this. In our recent product keynote, 41% of you indicated that you're working on data warehouse projects, but they're not done yet. 35% of you feel like you're in a good place. Well done, congrats. And 24% of you aren't ready for those projects yet. So we have some way to go. So how are we going to help you with that? I'm really excited to introduce to you today Data Connect, available for in-platform signups today. Data Connect eliminates the engineering lift to get our data into the warehouse. It automatically syncs clean, structured data with the warehouses you're already using, and it can do it retroactively too, which is pretty cool. One connection, endless insights, and zero hassle. Now, I can see you all looking at me thinking, I've heard this all before, what's different about Data Connect? Let's go big with a plane analogy. Maybe a little bit too big, but it's too late now and I'm committed. If you're taking a long-haul flight, which seat do you choose? You choose the aisle seat, right? And why do you choose the aisle seat? You choose it so you can go to the toilet easily, right? At least that's what I do. Now, you could choose the window seat, and in theory, you could achieve exactly the same outcome. You could go to the toilet whenever you want, right? But you don't, do you? You sit there and you suffer in pain and you avoid the extra drinks when you know you should be hydrating, right? We've all done it. The reason we do that is because we have to engage our seat buddies to achieve the outcome, right? Getting data into the warehouse is exactly the same. Every vendor is going to tell you, sure, we can do it. The problem is you have to engage the data equivalent of the seat buddies. You need developers to write some code, call APIs, get the data, transform it, load it in, and then maintain all of those systems. It's hard to engage them, so we suffer in pain, and we simply don't do it, leaving our warehouses with a fraction of the data that they should have. Data Connect is the aisle seat. Actually, it's the private jet of data export. You don't need to you don't need to engage your seat buddies. We handle everything for you, and we make it easy. Let me show you, and then you can sign up in the platform and try it out for yourself. So as you can see here, Data Connect does all the heavy lifting for you. I select the warehouse vendor I want to sync with, and you can see the range of vendors here that we sync with straight out of the box. I create a database to accept the data. I then enter a host name to make sure I'm sending it to the right warehouse. I hit connect, and I'm done. And seriously, I'm done at that point. No APIs, no ETL, no seat buddies. It is syncing. And you can see here the types of data that we're syncing as well. So everything from page views through to errors, through to frustration indicators. We're rapidly adding support for more data types. And as we do that, we know there's going to be huge value in having all of our data sets, so our DXA data set, DEM, PA, and VOC, all that data exportable from one source. This is a big capability, and it's a really short demo, and that's exactly the point, right? It's a short demo because it's easy. If you still don't believe it's easy, here's something you're all very familiar with, a little bit of social proof. In this case, from Ruben at the Iberostar Group. They were up and running in no time, and it's been a major win for their team. So what are people doing with it? We're seeing many use cases, but one I particularly like is improving marketing communications. So we sync rich behavioral data to the warehouse, where it's then enriched with other data, like financial data or demographic data. That gives you much more context, so you can target that user with the right message through whatever medium is most appropriate, email, text, push, whatever you're using. Of course, it's also going to be very important to make the data accessible to the agents that you're going to build. Our data set is AI ready today, and we're also exploring MCP, Model Context Protocol, to make it easier for agents to access this data. So how could an agent use that? Let's take a simple retail example. Our data can tell you how many people are viewing out-of-stock products. You have all the data about procurement lead times, costs, seasonal trends, etc. It's not too difficult to imagine that an agent will analyze all this data and make stock replenishment decisions by itself. In fact, maybe some of you are already doing that today. Ultimately, though, it boils down to this, right? At the root of all good AI outcomes is good data input. And we're extremely well placed here with the broadest and largest data set in our space. So I'll finish on a few more examples of how people are leveraging this. Of course, we're also seeing people leverage our data in AI models. So we've seen some examples of models where people leverage our data and other data to predict customer churn. We've seen a large US bank use our behavioral data coupled with financial and other demographic data to determine the add-on products to offer, but also the best time in which to offer them. We're seeing our data used more and more in exec dashboards as well, and these are more and more commonly driven from the warehouse. And last but not least, it's allowing you to build your ideal data set. So for example, if you make site changes with the intention of offloading the call center, then one thing you're going to want to do is correlate interaction with those features with your offline call center data. That's exactly what you're able to do really, really easily with Connect. So book the aisle seat or the private jet, sign up, and I'll see you in the product pavilion. Back to you, John.
Thank you, Andrew. That's it? Or is it? No. Let's go back in time a second. This is an anonymized version of a real customer presentation from 2013, before we had the Contentsquare app you know today. Our first way to communicate inside was to draw little color boxes on top of a screenshot of the customer website to show them what was engaging and what was not. Look familiar? We took that format, which customers love, and we turn it into zoning, one of our most popular features. With zoning, we want to put the analysis and the full power of the data we capture at your fingertips. And today, a lot of customers are doing this analysis themselves, but it takes a lot of time, or they sometimes don't have the right team to do it. And they can't do it every week. And even if they can, their customer needs and behavior is changing too often, too fast to keep up. So we thought a lot. Could AI help us deliver this service at scale? For the agentic feature, a plane won't be enough. A private jet will not be enough. We need a rocket. I need you all to help me to launch CSQ biggest announcement to date. Everyone in the audience, set your wristband to a red light. It's time to launch the future of analytics.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Show us the future, Vijay.
I don't know how to follow that. So before I show you the future, a quick reminder of what we just showed you, right? Sense. It helps you get started easily by just asking a specific analytics question. Where are users dropping off before purchasing? It takes you to the right analysis. It takes control of the Contentsquare interface. It configures that analysis. It helps you dig through the session replays, find where users might be struggling. But what should you do to actually fix it? What should you do to change the user experience? How should you change it? These are the kinds of questions that a trained analyst would help answer for you, but it would take them hours. It would take you hours, even if you were a power user. So we asked ourselves, could we use AI to do all of this analysis in a couple of minutes? So now I'm going to show you a look at where Sense is going. So meet Stella. Stella is a retail product manager who wants to improve her product details page. She starts by stating this goal to the agent, and the agent then immediately goes to work creating an analysis plan. It examines all the different types of analysis that it could do, and it outlines the steps that it needs to take, including all of the data that it needs to pull, and then starts executing on that plan. So the first step here is to create a zoning. We know that she's asking about the product details page, so we grab a snapshot of that page and then start using a multimodal AI model to scan the page, and then one by one, identify all of the relevant zones for analysis, and then give them easy-to-read names, which we'll then use in the reporting. We then directly pull multiple metrics for each zone and relevant pages at once. Now, I could do this manually, but it would take me hours and dozens of browser tabs. But because we're giving the AI direct access to the data, it's able to do multiple analyses much more quickly than a human could. The agent then combines the data to create insights and concrete recommendations for UX improvements. For example, related products is highly attractive but has low exposure, so we recommend moving it up on the page. So now I have clear data and clear next steps. I can also configure this analysis to run on a weekly basis, so now I get fresh insights without lifting a finger. So these capabilities, right? Automating multiple analyses at once, data-driven UX recommendations, and scheduled analysis are all in active development, and they're coming later this year. I'll hand it off now to John to wrap us up.
Thank you, Vijay. We should be able to give you access to this AI agent by the end of summer. And today we share with you a lot of capabilities. Sense, user lifecycle extension, advanced mobile, data connect, and our soon-to-come agent. What we share with you today is going to change how you work. It will give you back time to focus on building amazing experiences for your customer. Go and explore, meet our partners, come to the product pavilion so you can be first to see this in action. QR code to learn more about what we show you today. And on behalf of Contentsquare, have a great day. Thank you, everyone. Well done, team.